So as I mentioned, Clifford Lincoln, you'll know the name if you spent any amount of time here, Quebec, been around for a long time. He is 95 years old. He'll be turning 96 in September this year. He has been involved in both provincial and federal politics for much of his adult life. And for those who remember, and perhaps especially for those who perhaps don't, he was and remains a man of principle, who, while he served as a minister in the Liberal cabinet provincially, that, government of Premier Robert Bourassa, he quit his role in that government to protest its language policy and its adoption of Bill 178, which back then invoked the notwithstanding clause to require French to be the dominant language on commercial signs in Quebec. Remember that? Well, last week, in the wake of the CAQ's decision to impose those tuition hikes on out-of-province students who are planning to attend McGill or Concordia, he took the time to write a letter to the editor, to the Montreal Gazette last week, outlining what he saw as the failures of this government. Here, in his own words, are some of his comments. Listen to this.
The Premier has confided that stepping outside his Montreal office, he suffers a visual malaise in seeing so much Englishness unfolding before him around McGill and its campus, which, by the way, have occupied the historic site for only 175 years. Observation. It will be simpler and far less expensive to move the Premier's office back to the Hydro building so as to shelter his delicate eyes from the visual pollution of the ruddy gates. In our present world of instant and omnipresent communications, the impracticality, the pettiness, the regressiveness of our government's legislation, its rules and edicts, resonate not only within our borders, but well beyond. The extreme measures in Bill 96, the ill-advised decisions like the university hikes, and the recent ones about brands and trade names are all attracting widespread attention. Investment, not only in economic terms, but even more importantly in brains, has a choice. In an intensely competitive world, the choices beyond Quebec are as welcoming as they are numerous.
Clifford Lincoln, part of the letter that he wrote to the editor in the Montreal Gazette. Clifford Lincoln is on the line right now. Mr. Lincoln, thank you so much for taking the time today.
Hi.
Let me begin. I was going to say not mincing his words, and you didn't. What was it? Was it just the McGill-Concordia decision that you felt the need to speak up? What was it?
Well, it's a variety of decisions since this government has been here. Regressive legislation, the casual imposition of the notwithstanding clause to shield the government from court challenges regarding fundamental rights of citizens, the restrictions galore. Every week a new one springs up. Decisions that are made on the fly. For example, a few years ago, the government just, without any consultation, cancelled a decision which had been made by the previous government to start a health training center at the Dawson College to train nurses. Now we are desperately short of nurses. One of the wards of the Glen Hospital, Queen Victoria Hospital, had to close. But, this decision was made completely ex cathedra, without any notice, without thinking of the impacts on the future, and so it goes. Just in this morning's paper alone, the first and second page, they say McGill and Concordia universities were blindsided by the government. Then our investments are down 24% from last year. The next page, the Premier is upgraded by the Bar Association for his comments on the impartiality of federal judges, and the Conseil du Patronat, which is really the grouping of businesses in Quebec, is saying French shouldn't become a barrier to business. The government is closing in on itself. And so it goes. Every day there's a new rule, there's a new edict, and it's all negative. It's a lack of confidence in ourselves. French should be a positive in life, not a negative that needs so much protection that you stop everything else from thriving. It's a crying shame what's happening here.
To your point, when we talk about this from time to time, one reaction that seems to be coming up fairly regularly now is, where's the opposition to this? Where's the pushback? And in this case, I'll say the Anglo community, but from the non-Franco, even perhaps from a Francophone community that thinks this is, as you're suggesting here, completely over the top and in fact destructive for the province. And there's a lack of that. Can that change? Do you think it will?
Well, I am desperately hoping that the party I belong to will, before too long, have a leader that will be in place and really represent the opposition of a broad-minded party that embraces French at the same time, that also looks forward in a positive way to our future, is not full of complexes and lack of confidence. And that's what we need now. We need inspiration. We need leadership. I hope it will come soon. And I'm sure that people are thirsting for it in Quebec, and hoping that there's going to be a new dawn here. So that's what I'm hoping for. And I think I represent when I say this, I'm sure it's the hope of thousands of us in Quebec that really hope for a new voice, a new way of doing things, of a positive world where we open ourselves to the global village and instead of restricting ourselves in a little cocoon there where we produce all these rules and regulations every day which hamper life in general and make us really depressed.
Mr. Lincoln, any interest in running for head of the Provincial Liberal Party?
You know, I don't want to die on the bench in the National Assembly.
All right.
I'm an old crock, you know. My time is up, but I hope there'll be new people that will start getting involved more and more and become a voice in Quebec. We need it pretty badly.
Indeed we do. Mr. Lincoln, I want to thank you so much for your time. Very much appreciated today. All the best to you.
Not at all.
Clifford
Okay.
Lincoln, you're welcome. Amazing. 95 years old.